What is up, my ninjas? Shinobi here, bringing you guys a World of Warcraft video? Wow, I told myself that I would never come back to this game since Miss of Pandaria and Warlords of Draenor left a really bad taste in my mouth, even though I was making videos about World of Warcraft, and that was fun. Just the expansions themselves were really lackluster. You know, you gotta understand, I'm an old school World of Warcraft player. I played since the first week of vanilla. I've done everything you can think of, all the content in the game. Been high warlord back in the day, getting high rated in arenas, doing server first stuff, doing PvE stuff, all kinds of stuff that I've done in the past, and nowadays World of Warcraft really hasn't been able to keep my interest because I've been there and done that type thing, and they've also dumbed down a lot of things over the years. But the thing is, though, is that I tried out Legion because of you guys, the viewers. You told me, you gotta check it out, you gotta check it out. This is the expansion we've been waiting for World of Warcraft, and I'm, trying to see if that is the case. So, if I enjoy this game more and more and I get more sucked into it, you will definitely see more videos on the channel for World of Warcraft. I used to do a lot of World of Warcraft videos back in the day, even before my D3 stuff. They were very popular, and I was able to share a lot of information and share a lot of guides for you guys, and that's what I plan to do if everything pans out. And so far, I'm only level 105. I just literally started right back up into World of Warcraft, and I've been having a blast so far, but I want to take things one day at a time. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I want to get immersed in the World of Warcraft. I want to reinvigorate and re-spark that passion, that love that I've had for World of Warcraft over the years. So one of my plans in order to do that is to have a UI setup, an add-on setup that is more simplistic, more immersive, and something that just, accentuates the already cool things about the game and gives you some added helpful features. So that's what this video is going to be about here. So before we get into the add-ons, I do need to make a couple disclaimers. First thing, I am streaming pretty much every day over on Twitch TV, so link is down in the description below. Also, you can follow my Twitter down there, guys. That's where I tell you when I'm uploading videos, when I'm going live on stream, and all that sort of stuff. And on top of that, like I said, these add-ons are going to be very simplistic and very basic. And the best part I love about all these add-ons, not only are they super helpful for you and just make things, the quality of life a little bit better in the game, but on top of that, these add-ons don't require any setup whatsoever. And I will go through each individual add-on for you in just a second, but I want to keep that clear here because I've used LVUI, I've used Xpearl, I've used all this stuff over the years, and I wanted something that you literally just plug in and go. Here you go, put the stuff in your add-ons folder, log in, and you're good to go. That's exactly what I wanted here, and something that wasn't going to get in the way of my immersion of World of Warcraft, and just actually try to see what World of Warcraft Legion has to offer without throwing in a bunch of things to block its, block everything for me. I want to give the expansion the benefit of the doubt. I want to see if this is the expansion that we've all been waiting for. So nevertheless, guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and get into all the add-ons. You can see my add-on list right here. Now, all of these will be in the description down below, and I may mention a few add-ons in this video that won't be linked down below because I'm not currently using them right now. But if you do want to use those add-ons and you want to go for a more hardcore approach to putting a bunch of add-ons on here, then you have the option to do that. But this video is for the player that's just getting back into World of Warcraft, or they're brand new to World of Warcraft and they just want some helpful, handy things to get them going and just kind of let them experience World of Warcraft, but then with a little bit of, making their experience just a little bit better, just kind of highlighting their experience essentially. And that's the idea behind all of these. So let's go ahead and log in and show you guys what I'm working with here, and here we go. Alright, here we are, guys. We are logged into the game right now, and let's go ahead and go through all of the stuff I have here. I have a list of things, so let's go through all of the add-ons that I have. And like I said, guys, all of this stuff will be found in the description area down below, so make sure you go check that out. And if I do add any things on in the future, because like I said, I'm starting very simple, very basic, but then if I want to, go a little bit more, maybe I'll make a second video, like a part 2 to this, to show you a more advanced type UI UI if that's something you're interested in, or maybe I'll just link the stuff down in the description below as I add more on. Now keep in mind there are no PvP add-ons in this this video right here, because I'm leveling from 100 to 110 right now, and I'm going to start doing PvE right off the bat. And I will be doing PvP, but I might make a separate video about PvP add-ons that'll be very good for you guys as well. Like I said, there's lots of stuff to cover in World of Warcraft Legion. So as you can see right now, this is looking pretty simplistic, right? It looks almost exactly like the regular UI that World of Warcraft gives you to begin with, and that's the kind of idea behind it. But there are some things going on here, and some subtle things going on that you may not notice. So let's first start off with this one. You can see all of our bags down here. The first add-on I want to bring to you guys is called Bagnon, or Bagon. I've always called it Bagon, but I've been using this for a long time, and it's one of the first add-ons that I ever download when I'm getting back into World of Warcraft for a new expansion or whatever. And what this simply does is it just puts all of your bags into one big bag, essentially, and just makes it easier for you. So you can take a look at all your different bags here, and it shows you which one's highlighted, so you know when you're transferring things from bag to bag where they're located. You also have here cleanup, so what it will do is it will move this around for you and put it in a cleanup section. So if I were to maybe switch these around and then do cleanup, so essentially what it will do is it'll just, so if I were to move some of this stuff, let me show you. You've probably seen this before, you know, if you're advanced into the game, you already know about all this stuff. But yeah, it just cleans things up, puts things in a nice little area for you, and all that sort of stuff. Now you can also click the search, so if you want to type, so if you have a lot of stuff in there, you want to type bag, like, oh, there's my bags right there, and it highlights that for you. Just something very simple and very easy that I've loved over the years, and something that I definitely had to include on this list of things that I'm using. Just something I cannot go without. Next one here, we have an add-on called Chatter. Now, I was trying to think of an idea, because I wanted to have, I love the Lg.UI chat setup where you can have like the black in the background, and you can change the fonts, you can do all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to get that chat thing add-on without actually using a big crazy UI. So I got this add-on called Chatter. And essentially what it does, as you can see over here, is it looks pretty much the same as a normal one that you would regularly have, right? And that's because I've made it that way. So when you first get it, this is what it's going to look like. So let's go ahead and go into our interface here and go to our add-ons. We're going to look at Chatter. You want to use a standalone configuration. Now this is all going to come, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like right when you get it. So let's go to the modules, and then we'll take a look at borders and backgrounds. So we're going to enable that, and this is what it's going to look like. It's going to have the black border around there, and then it might also have this on here as well. So you might have like a white border around the outside or something like that when it first comes up. This is how you change it right here. For me, I like to come in here and just, you know, use a trend. You can use a transparency right here, so you want to change it as much as you want. So you can do that, which is very nice. But I just like to turn it off. Sometimes I like to turn it on. Sometimes I feel like it's an eyesore if you have that black thing right sitting over in the corner there. It's kind of like an eyesore. So usually I just turn it off and never have to really deal with that. So yeah, so I can go ahead and turn off this here, and there we go. Now you also have some other things that are really cool. Is you go down to, you have a bunch of stuff you can look into. You have the chat font, so you can change the font any way you want. So you can change it to that if you want, or you can put an outline around it. It just gives you more options than the regular World of Warcraft one does, without taking it too far. And that's the idea behind it. Alright, so you can pretty much set it up any way you want. You can change the font size while you're in here and all that sort of stuff. But also another thing that's really cool, if you go to player names here and you take a look here, you can set it up so that it shows player names highlighted and colored by a class. So you can see that this is, you know, has the different class there. You can see that that guy is supposed to be a hunter, right? Because that's a color for hunter. And if you click it, then indeed he is a Blood Elf hunter. So there you go. So very simple. You can go through and make as many configurations as you want in here, switch it up any way you want, and also on top of that, you can just click it and drag it whenever you want. You can just pick it up and you can move it wherever you want, and then you can also just grab it, and it has like this border on the outside, so it's, you can just move it like that if you want. You can have it like super small, or you can have it like really big, or whatever it is that you find is best for you. So that's pretty much what I'm going with right now, is Chatter, and it's nice. You know, it's nice, compact, easy, simple. That's literally all I wanted out of it. The next one here is Recount and Deadly Boss mods. So I'm going to show a clip for you guys in just a few seconds here, showing you what the Deadly Boss mods looks like and what the Recount looks like as they are both going and everything's going on when you're in a dungeon or a raid or whatever the case may be. But if you take a look at my current UI, and you see that there is no recount on here. Where's your recount? Well, if you do /recount show, there it is right up there, actually. Now, I like having this very simplistic and out of the way, and also has a transparent background, which is really nice. So what I like to do here is I like to go into, so you can set up your current fight and all that sort of stuff, and you can go into appearance, you can change the fonts and all that. Now, Recount and SCADA are both good. I've used all kinds of different ones. There's a new one out called Details. I've just used Recount for a long time now. I've always liked Recount. It's just, you know, it's simplistic, it's just nice, and it's something's familiar to me. So if you like using SCADA or, you know, Details or any of those other ones, then, you know, go for it. Do whatever you want to do. That's the whole idea, is you can set, you don't have to use everything like I'm using. You can set it up any way you want to. So you can take a look at the window here and the colors. So let's take a look at background. So right now I have this transparency up, and that's why you see it like that. I like to do this because all you do see is I just show you a video clip of me using in a dungeon. You can see that it pops up, and then it's kind of like out of the way, and it kind of like lets you see more of the screen, and I like that. So that's just me personally, and you can come in and change the different fonts if you want to. You have it all set up for your different class colors and all of that sort. But yeah, pretty simplistic stuff. Make sure you just have all this, it's going to pretty much come straightforward. It's going to come like this. Like when you first get it, it's just going to come just the regular way with the black border around it, and I changed the font here. So it's pretty much going to come pretty simple like that. Normally I have that turned off so you don't see this pop up all the time of people's names signing on and stuff, but the maintenance just happened, so a lot of people are logging in and out right now. But yeah, so it's then I just change this right here. That's all you got to pretty much do. But that's what I like to have. So that's Recount right there, and Deadly Boss Mods is, for those of you that don't know, it is just a mod that pretty much an add-on that just tracks things for you when you're doing dungeons and raids and all that kind of stuff, and just lets you know, stay out of the fire, all this attacks coming. So it's really good for, you know, even more experienced players use Deadly Boss mods, but even, and then also on top of that, players that are like new to the game, it's very helpful for a player like that, because they, you know, they know what to look out for, because they don't really know what these dungeons have, you know, in store for them. They don't really know what these raids have in store for them. So that's something that would be helpful for you as well, and also linked down below. Now moving on here, guys, we have the next thing, which is called Sexy Map. Now Sexy Map is this right up here. I've always liked this. I've used it for a long time. You don't have to use this. This is something completely optional, but I just like it. I just like the way it looks, and it twirls, and it looks nice, and I don't know. It's nice. That's it. It's aesthetic. That's all it is. It's just something that looks nice. So that's what I have there, and yeah. Definitely enjoy that. But that can be found down below as well. So now let's go ahead and take a look at this right here. Now this is a big one, because I wanted to think, I've used all kinds of unit frames over the years, and I wanted to find a unit frame that gave me the traditional experience of World of Warcraft, but just kind of enhanced that and made it a little bit nicer, and that's exactly what this is right here. Now this one's called Unit Frames Plus, and that's found in the description as well, like with everything else. So it looks pretty much the same as the regular one that we normally have, but you can show the target of the target, shows like orc, it shows like, it puts a little health thing over here in a nice little area for you. If I'm gonna, you know, use this to go back here, just, you can move it around, you can drag it any way you want to. So, you know, just whatever is more convenient for you, just kind of drag it around. When you first open this up, it's going to be up in the top left corner. Just grab it and pull it wherever you want. I like personally putting stuff right here, because I can just zone in on this one area when I'm doing certain things. But that's just me. Now, if you want to go in, you can customize a lot of stuff, just like all of this. But it's going to come pretty much all set up for you to begin with. So if you take a look, let's type /UFP, and there it is. And then you can just go through and do your player options. You can turn on auto hide. You can turn on all kinds of stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff for you to go through. Target of targets, focus options. You can set up for focusing targets and things of that sort. Yeah, it's pretty simplistic, and I didn't want any, and it also has a 3D portrait model in there as well, so it kind of gives you some of the cool features that those other advanced ones give you, but it keeps it simple and keeps it basic, and at the same time, it's just works, and I like it. So far I'm using that. I might switch it up later, we'll see, but so far it's doing the job well for me. Now, I also want to keep in mind that there are a few add-ons that you could use besides these ones that I have here. If you want to take things a little step further, you can use tidy plates, which essentially it is won't be linked in the description below because I'm not using that, but tidy plates is really good because it can show you like health bars over top of the mob's names. So you can see there's a health bar over his name now. It'll show you like debuffs on him, or like, you know, combo points over top of him, or something like that. But Blizzard has this like this built-in one that's set up this way already, so you don't really have to use tidy plates, but if you want to go a step further, you could do that. If that's something you're into. Then also another one which is called Bartender, which, so if you don't like the traditional bars like I have right here, you could use Bartender to you know, move around your bars in little other ways. But usually in the past, whenever I use the bar different bar add-ons, the reason why I would do is because we had so many different cooldowns, we had so many different keybinds, and we're very, you know, it's more simplistic now in Legion, and I like that. So, you know, you don't really need a shit ton of stuff. So you just literally have it all set up right here. And that's exactly, you know, what I got set up. It's just like the basic thing. You have the XP bar, you have the artifact power bar. It's all in one nice little area. And, you know, keep it basic, keep it simple, keep it classic, essentially. And that's the idea. But you could do something like that, use Bartender, or you could, you know, use all the other stuff. But it's completely up to you. So now that we're in this zone right here, let's talk about another one here. This one's called Handy Notes. So you're going to see that I'm going to have linked Handy Notes, and I'm also going to have linked Handy Notes Legion Rare / Treasures. So essentially what that is if Arcane Power is God, essentially. Arcane Power is the most important resource in all of Legion, because that's how you're going to buff up your arcane artifact weapon. That's how you're going to essentially make your character into an like just a killing machine, essentially. So Handy Notes is really good because this is going to enable you. You can see these little treasure maps on the thing here, and you see these named mobs and all that sort of stuff. That's exactly what this does. It lets you know where all these things are, so you can go around and collect this. Now, I will say this. One viewer that I showed this to said, doesn't that kind of ruin some of the fun for you of finding this on your own if it's just on the map for you? That's true. In the beginning of Legion, you might not want to use Handy Notes and just go around and just explore the stuff basically for yourself. But in time, there will become a point where you will want to have this, because you're going to want to really min-max how many artifact powers you can get, because you really got to, you know, got to try to make your character min-max as much as possible. So using something like this is something you're going to use eventually anyway, so I thought I would just include it on the list. And yeah, so you just go around, you can find whatever. Alright guys, now we're flying to the auction house right now. I actually want to show you guys the last two add-ons for this video. Let's go ahead and head over to the auction house, and let's go inside. And this one here is going to be Oxygenator that we are using. Oxygenator. Now you can use TSM or Trade Skill Master. I've used those in the past. I've used all of them, like I said. I like TSM. It's very good. But if you're just getting back into the game, you want a more simplistic approach to things, you can go with this. If you want to take it up a notch and have more customization and all that sort of stuff, you can go with TSM, Trade Skill Master. So that's the idea. But this will do pretty much everything you need it to do for the most part. And also the next add-on that I want to bring up with you guys is something I've used since the beginning, pretty much. I don't even know. Maybe this came out like in Vanilla or Burning Crusade or something like that, but I'm using this add-on literally every time I play this game, and I've been loving it, and that is called Postal. So Postal, the way it works is when you buy stuff off the auction house or you sell things on the auction house, you're going to have a bunch of gold, you're going to have a bunch of stuff in your inbox, and all you click is open all, and it just literally all goes into your inventory. There you go. That's it. Simple as that. I don't know why this isn't built into the game, It's just like, it's something that like I could not live without. You have to have Postal. It's amazing, especially if you're selling a lot of auctions on the auction house. Like back in the day, I mean, I was making 30, 40, 50k gold a day or more, or a lot more, depending on what it is I was doing. And I would have so many things, like hundreds and hundreds of things sold over the night. And then, you know, you wake up, you don't want to go through and click every single one of those. You just want to click open all, let it all go into your bag, and then it will tell you at the end in the window down here, it'll tell you what it is you looted, and it'll tell you, you know, how much gold you got from that, from all the auctions that you had and all that sort of thing. So that's literally it. And that was something that I can just not live without, so I definitely had to include that on the list here. Something that I just always use. But that's pretty much it, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed all of this. Like I said, it's a very simplistic approach to it. I don't want to hear people in the comments, oh, LBY is better, you should use TSM, blah, 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 blah. I've used all that stuff before. I want a very basic, very immersive experience in the game, and I just want to experience Legion for what it has to offer. And if you want to do that as well, then this is here for you. And part of the reason why I'm making this video is because when I stream, people ask me, oh, what add-ons are you using, what this and that, so I can just link this video straight to them. And so if this video did help you out, guys, remember, hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, leave a sub on the channel, subscribe to the channel, and come check out the live stream channel, link down below, and the Twitter down below, and all the other links for the channel, for this video, and for all the add-ons that I'm using will all be found down below. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, what class are you playing, what server you on, what are you doing in the game, what's your favorite thing about Legion, what's your least favorite thing about Legion. Let me know, keep me updated. I've been going into Legion pretty much blind, and I want to just learn things as I go and just kind of reinvigorate that love for the game. So that's the idea behind it and all that sort of thing. But that's it for me today, guys. Like I said, if I'm enjoying the game, the more I enjoy it, the more videos I'll be making about it. And, you know, but overall, I've been having a great time so far, having a blast. If you come over to the live stream channel, here I'm on the server Arthas on Horde. We might be making a Ninja Army guild on here, so it'll be just like a community thing where we do like PvP together, PvE together, do all the content together. It's not going to be super serious. It's going to be open to you guys. I want to play with you guys, have fun with you guys, and if that's something you're interested in, then definitely check out the stream for more information on that. But that's it for today, guys. Until my next video or until my live stream, my name is Shinobi, and thanks for watching.